Alright, now with this sum here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to break it up into its parts by showing the multiplication signs between the different terms. So we know that between different parts there are multiplication signs. So I can write this like that. Once I can see how these parts separate, what I need to do is identify every part that has a zero exponent. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that with a 1. So what we end up with here is 2 times 1 over 3. Now that, of course, just gives us 2 over 3. And what we can see is that the part that's to the power of 0 has effectively just disappeared. Let's do that again with this sum down here. Now if I write that with the multiplications shown, I've got a to the 0 times b to the 3 divided by m to the power of 2 times n to the 0. And again, I'm going to circle the parts that have the 0 exponent, there and there, and I'm going to replace each of those with a 1. And what that gives me is 1 times b to the power of 3 is just b to the power of 3. M to the power of 2 times 1 is m to the power of 2. And again, we can see this is effectively just removed this and removed that, and that gives us the answer. Let's have a look at another couple. With these ones, I'm going to go straight to the eliminating to the power of 0 components in the sum. Now, the first one, we can see that this whole thing in brackets here, this whole thing, is raised to the power of 0. That means that I can get rid of this whole part here and replace it with a 1. And so what I get from that is 1 over 3a. Having a look down here, I need to have a look at the different parts. Now the first thing I've got here is a w to the power of 0. I'm going to get rid of that. This thing in brackets here is raised to the power of 2, so I'm going to leave that one. This thing in brackets here is raised to the power of 0, so all of that is going to go. This 4, it doesn't have an exponent, but we know that anything that doesn't have an exponent has an exponent of 1, so we can put little 1s on each of those parts down there. So, the 4 stays, the m to the power of 0, that's going to go, that one. The n stays, and the p stays. So all I need to do is get rid of this, swap it for a 1, get rid of this, swap it for a 1, get rid of this, swap it for a 1, and what I'm left with is 1 times doesn't do anything, so I'm just left with f g squared, excuse the scrappy writing there. The 4 is staying, the n and the p are staying. Fix up that bracket a little. Oh dear, that's made it worse. Anyway, there it is.